Welcome to another episode of Control. This is episode 2. We played about 4 hours yesterday. Um, so we got 4 hours in. I'm not 100% sure on how long this game actually is. I think this is the shorter one. But I took a look at the footage from yesterday and it looked good. It was rendering at 1080 like I expected it should be. Um, I suspect some people might complain about how dark it is, but that's the point. It's supposed to be real dark, not that fake dark that we're used to. With the ray tracing, it should be actually dark, not just black like we are used to with games that don't have ray tracing. So let's get right into it, and let's go and get started here.
I heard the Hiss attack the power.
So we need to go find Marshall, who is in research.
Coordinating? What about the plant attracted them?
The power plant is largely confidential. No use guessing the Hiss's motives if we don't even know what kind of energy it uses.
What do you mean? It has to be a fusion reactor.
So we gotta go into the server sector elevator here. There I am.
Welcome to the research sector of the Federal Bureau of Control. I'm Dr. Casper Darling, head of research. Somebody thought this video would make for great internal communications. I'm looking at you, Mr. Tomasi. So, this is where the magic happens. Anyway, I've been here for 24 years now. I've always been here. And through those years, we've made astonishing discoveries, authored studies of grave importance, and in all this work, there is one thing we know, and that's how little we truly know. Rest assured that we're committed to keep pushing the known laws and borders of reality, and to make the Bureau proud. So, welcome. Assuming you have the necessary clearance, and do follow the safety protocols. Read the manual. Otherwise, bad things will happen.
Research sector, huh? Home of the Bureau's mad scientists.
How far out can this camera go? Oh, it can go. I'm used to them not being able to do that. Oops. Oh, I can't go out any further than that. So all of my screenshots have the FPS counter on the top, and it's kind of annoying, but I can just crop it out, so it's really not that big of a deal, but this is kind of annoying. I'm gonna get the sign in there. Just a corner of it. There we go. Hey, so I was just wondering about the plants and research. Is it really necessary to sing to them? I mean, that janitor does have a nice voice, and the plants sure seem to like it. Maybe he could just switch it up a bit. I'm getting pretty tired of the tango. And where did these plants even come from? No one seems to remember when they were planted, and people like them a bit too much if you ask me. Are we being invaded by houseplants? Worth looking into. Dr. Lewis. Next game is Wednesday at 8, usual spot. Hazard owes me $20. Eric's still on a fucking winning streak. Someone please figure out how he's cheating. Thompson suspended for a game because of that shady dealing incident. Guy, I owe you $60. I brought beers last time, so it's Hebstonstall's turn. Remus.
My name is Dr. Pierce, lead researcher of the Parakinesiology Department. I believe that I've discovered a Code Omega paranatural entity residing within the Bureau itself, right under our noses. Darling refused to allocate me the budget or resources, so I'm taking matters into my own hands. Let this recording be the proof I need to convince them. The furnace can speak. It's been talking to me for some time now. Listen.
I don't hear anything.
Did you hear that? It's a sentient force capable of communicating. I checked, and there's no record of ever installing this furnace. I believe that... Oh, sorry. What? Yes, I can feed you. What do you eat? I see. I'll try to find some volunteers.
It eats people.
Welcome to the research sector of the Federal Bureau of Control. I'm Dr. Casper Darling, head of research. Somebody thought this video...
So much is expected from the director. The responsibility, the privilege to steer the Bureau into dangerous waters and safely out again. To inspire and lead its people, to protect them. The board is there to advise you, but they want things in return. You hold all this in your old, trembling hands. I had to lose everything before I could see the Bureau is the director's life. There's no room for anything else. If the forces contained here escaped, we'd be dragged back into an age of superstition, terror, death. Assuming you think we ever really left that behind. Any emergency, any major containment breach, and the lockdown goes into effect. I implemented this security measure in my first years as director. I knew we were vulnerable. I'd personally seen the cost of sloppiness. I made sure the internal lockdown could only be lifted by a directorial override, only to be used when the director is confident the sectors are safe to be opened again. This way, the director is the last line of defense. And if I screw up, it's on me. And me alone.
Yeah, sorry, Trench, but I took your directorial override and kind of messed that up. Sorry. The hiss is going for the board? That's who they're after? Why does this have an 1103 next to it? That's a timer. That's a timer. Well, shoot, I didn't realize that was a timer. Something bad's gonna happen in 11 minutes? Hopefully loading screens don't count. I expect not. Don't like those alien thingies. Energy converters, okay. Did he heal? Oh, hell. I'm dead. Can I go back to an old save? The oldest house is a place in flux. Thresholds appear with no warning. What the threshold will contain is a question we can only answer once it manifests. The widely accepted theory is that the thresholds are dimensions vibrating on a redacted frequency different from our own. When these frequencies match, the threshold will manifest in the oldest house, which acts as redacted. Others theorize thresholds are parallel universes or possibly our own reality at a different point in time. Some believe our collection of altered materials affects the house or attracts the thresholds. We do know for certain that thresholds are not permanent. Eventually, their frequency will shift. Some believe that the Earth itself is just another threshold connected to the oldest house, which is actually rooted in some other reality. This theory, while impossible to disprove, causes redacted in those who learn of it, so it is actively denied. Refer to file 5-05-1881 for full report. Let me check on this control point over here. These exploding motherfuckers, okay? They are annoying. Just exploding and shit. Where's that control point? It's over here somewhere. Oh right, it's in the NSC generator. NSC energy converters room. See if I can revert to the old save and redo that, because I died. And now I don't have the quest anymore, so I'm hoping that I can do that. No? It is not an option, there's no option to load, so I guess I screwed that mission. Yeah, I don't even see it in here. Damn it. Let me just try going up here anyways, and let's just see. Nothing. Damn it! I didn't know missable quests were a thing. Wish I had known that. Hear something. I guess that's what I'm hearing. Black Rock Processing. What the hell is Black Rock? The safe object of power can produce a barrier using objects or material from its immediate vicinity. See OOP-22 case file for more details. Bureau Rangers were given permission to employ heavy weaponry against a para-utilitarian bound to this object in order to gauge the barrier's durability. Redacted and redacted velocity ammunition were tested with redacted results. Testing will continue after redacted. The safe object of power is clearly a viable candidate for use in combat response scenarios. Allowing para-utilitarians to participate in altered engagements would be an advantage worth considering. Refer to file 8-53-8367 for full report. Turbine room. Yeah, I don't have level 4 yet. Listen, Trench is on the warpath about this Tennyson report thing. He wants to know who wrote it and he wants to know yesterday. Whoever did is gonna get crucified. I don't know if it was one of you guys, and I don't want to know. I'm not super keen on leading a witch hunt, so tell everyone in this sector to keep their heads down. Best not be on anyone's radar right now, you know? I tell ya, not even counting all the weird shit we deal with, this place can be a downright hostile work environment sometimes. Dash A. Whoever A is. What the? Hello? Hello? What am I supposed to do here? Am I supposed to do something here? Okay. Well, I don't know. Nothing happened when I walked over there, so... The other door was field training. Maybe that's where I need to go. But I can't pass through that door. And I have a feeling that's where I'm supposed to go. What's this right here? Maybe if I destroy these. Ha! I'm smart. I'd like to file a formal complaint. RE, the unauthorized use of my voice in a state of quality that I did not agree on. The fact that they were planning to use material from what I thought was a rehearsal was not communicated to me at all. Had it been, I would have disallowed the use of those recordings. I want use of the Ranger Field Training Course recording messages to halt immediately. It will not stand for the simulation among my peers. I will go to HR with this if necessary. Signed, Randall Pulaski. Well, I can understand what you mean, Randall. That would annoy me too.
So I just read this. Welcome to the Ranger Field Training Course. The course must be completed in the specified amount of time. When you're ready to start, press the button. Is that all, or?
I always did love obstacle courses.
Okay.
Get ready, Ranger. Course starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Am I supposed to shoot this?
"45 seconds remaining.
Really? I don't want a tire, I want that thing.
Seconds remaining. Course failed. Try again, Ranger.
Shit!
That's okay. You always gotta run through it like once or twice to learn the course. Okay, how do I get through the other side? Oh, there's a door. Okay, let's try that again.
Get ready, Ranger. Course starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Really?
45 seconds remaining. Seconds remaining. Seconds remaining.
Give me it.
Five seconds remaining. Course complete. Congratulations, Ranger.
Guessing this isn't usually part of the course. It's protecting itself.
How am I gonna get to it though? Shield yourself to pass through. Use shield. Gold enemies are immune to Jesse's attacks. Okay, so I can't kill him. How do I shield though? Hold Q to shield. That's pretty freaking cool. Couldn't see the hole. Well, now I know there is one. I think I have to look at them to get max protection. Recharge. What? How can she not make that? Do I have to drop the shield before I can actually make that jump? Whoops. That was a total fail. That was a total flop right there. Completely just walked right into that. Whoopsies. Really? Why would she do that? Why would she go at an angle? I didn't even know she could go at an angle. What the? I haven't really had any issues with like her doing stupid things, but that was just one. Charge.
Good time to have a shield.
Okay, we can go back to the research sector now. So, I've been wondering, like, are you supposed to kill these people, or are you supposed to just leave them alone? I feel like I should leave them alone, and then I can maybe heal them later from the corruption. Because I know I can't right now, but, like, I'm hoping that I might be able to. Synchronicity, I don't know, is a phenomena long recognized by the wise, but only recently given a name by science. It is how we rationalize events connected by no identifiable causality, yet clearly conjoined in purpose. How does a dream foretell an event in the physical plane? Why do hounds bail at the death of their master, which has occurred miles away? The world is unified in ways we do not yet understand, and sometimes we stumble across these invisible, unseen chords and wonder at the result. The visionary Carl Jung laid the road, now we must walk it. My fledgling research department will make it our mission to reliably reproduce redacted behavior by the close of 1959. Once done, the mechanics of synchronicity will lay themselves bare in due time. We are striding into the future of science. History may not remember our names, but God himself will. Refer to file redacted for full report. Home safe OOP 22-KE. No unique procedures required. The object is a guardhouse brand home safe. Weight measurements vary. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to telekinetically gather items and debris from the surroundings. The object is currently bound by redacted. Discovered in the basement of a home in redacted, Ohio, the object gained rapid interest in certain online forums dedicated to opening abandoned safes. After months of failure, the owner attempted to open it with explosives. The object survived with no physical damage. Bureau agents were dispatched, now confident of its paranatural nature. Blood occasionally emerges from the seam around the object's door. Tests confirm the blood is not human. X-rays taken of the object indicate that something is trapped inside, though the images are always blurred, which indicates the contents of the object are moving. All attempts to open this object have been unsuccessful. What the? There's something in there? There's a couch, motherfucker. Take a couch! Oh god, here we go. Senior supervisor. Get out of here. Trying to run up on me and shit. Here's another one of those doors. Oh, there's a shelter over here. A possible AWE in which an unnamed individual experienced transcorporeality via phone line. Event is notably similar to AWE-redacted, in which redacted. The event is believed to have been caused by redacted, and as a result of the following measures have been taken to prevent redacted. I'm telling you, it has such an uncanny resemblance to SCP. I wonder if this game is based on SCP. Does anybody know? I don't know. I really don't know if it is or not, but it just has such a resemblance to it. The OOP, the way that the articles for Objects of Power are written with the the containment procedure and then the description, the detailed, the redacted, the just all that sort of stuff just screams SCP to me. Bureau snipers specialize in eliminating threats from a distance using telltale searchlights affixed to the rifles to search for targets. His snipers are no less lethal. Their corruption has not changed their tactics. They clearly prefer to maintain a good distance from their target, waiting in elevated positions for a clear shot. Care should be taken in open spaces. Check the balconies. I should note that the rifles are equipped with a bayonet for close quarters combat, and his snipers are well aware of how to use it. Refer to file redacted for full report. Is this where I started? Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Dr. Darling's office is up here. Let's go see if we can find his office. And if it's open. Yep, here it is. Dimensional research. Shut up. Fire break.
Possibly changing labyrinth. Can never pass through. Dimensional research. Every measure of security.
I think that's where I was earlier. Let's see. Ashtray maze. Whoa. Okay, this is gonna get really confusing. back at the entrance. Seems to shift every time I go around. This could be similar to the light cord, but let's see. I'm gonna try one more time, and let's see if anything else weird happens. I think that might be it. Let's try going backwards. No. I don't know. This ashtray maze. Maybe there's something having to do with an ashtray? This wall is different. I don't know.
I've been fielding questions recently regarding HRAs. What are they for?
Dr. Darling is insistent that certain objects of power share a direct connection to the Redacted, an entity or group of entities that we have little information on, or little that I am allowed to access. In his written reports, he states that there is a clear link between these objects of power: the Redacted, the astral plane, and the oldest house itself. His work supposes these links are innate, a fact ingrained into the very Redacted of objects, such as the hotline or the service weapon. But what if these particular objects were never linked to the Redacted, but had that connection forced upon them? Isn't it strange that no other objects of power require such direct contact with the Redacted? Isn't it strange that using the service weapon or the hotline will result in grievous harm or even death if the user is not the director, or at least worthy of the role? Why do we assume this involvement by the Redacted is a natural effect and not something more redacted? Refer to file 6-23-9382 for full report.
I've been fielding questions recently regarding HRAs. What are they for? Do you always need to wear them? And What's the deal with the Hedron resonance anyway?
He looks tired.
Fuck. Despite what you may have heard, HRAs are not monitoring devices. We're not tracking your movements or listening to your conversations while you're wearing them. We do that regardless whether or not you're wearing an HRA. Think of them as a life preserver. Only instead of water, the thing HRAs protect you from is classified. One day that classified, not water, might pour in, and you'll be glad you got an HRA keeping you afloat. And if you don't have an HRA, don't worry. It'll be quick and painless. Kidding. I'm kidding. We're making more.
How did he know that this was going to happen?
I'm averse to using objects of power. I don't want to lean on things I ultimately can't trust. But the ashtray and the cigarette, smoking there forever, have their uses. The ashtray maze they conjure is an impossibly changing labyrinth that no one but the Binder, and those the Binder invites, can ever pass through. The things we hid in dimensional research, the things Darling studies, the danger and the risk involved, call for every measure of security and protection I could bring to the table. The maze, hands down, is our strongest lock. I gave Darling and his chosen crew license to pass through the maze. Lately, I've started to think I should revoke that license.
Okay. So Dr. Darling and his crew, who he chooses, is allowed to pass through the maze. That's why I couldn't.
What's the deal?
Because I wasn't on that chosen crew. So I have to find him, probably.
Despite what you may have heard, HRAs are not monitoring devices. We're not tracking your movements, listening to your conversations.
These boxes.
We do that regardless whether or not you're wearing an HRA. Think of them as
The Bureau has spent years studying why objects of power transport users into the astral plane when touched. My predecessor, Dr. Ash, theorized that a potential receptacle, determined by Jungian archetypes and the collective subconscious, would be inhabited by paranatural energies when an AWE occurred in its vicinity, creating an altered item. Over time, a link was created by the redacted and the astral plane to that item, making it an object of power. So many additional theories have been raised since Dr. Ash's time. Object of power were placed on Earth as tests by some astral entity. Our dimension was once part of the astral plane, and the objects were left behind as its borders receded. The astral plane was an early threshold into the oldest house, but the connection was severed, and now the two are linked solely through the objects of power. I will attempt to disprove some of these in order to thin the herd. Hopefully, the truth will emerge. Refer to file 6-32-6498 for full report.
as a life preserver. Only instead of water,
I just don't understand why these boxes,
classified.
they're everywhere.
One day that
Crossed out,
water might
classified.
pour in and
Resonance. It's there, but we can't see it. It vibrates around us, through us, from us. But what if the vibration is conscious? What could a force like that do? Redacted opened the door to a redacted I've called redacted. The redacted emits a force that is far beyond the forces we previously dealt with. It has shown me so much that I have to wonder, is resonance the key element in all altered phenomena? AWEs, altered items, objects of power, do they share a common redacted that we've yet to discover? We can harmonize control points. What else would the correct frequency allow us to achieve? What if resonance has been the answer this whole time? Refer to file redacted for full report.
You'll be glad you got an HRA keeping you afloat. And if you don't have an HRA, don't worry. It'll be painless.
Like these exploding boys. Disappeared. Cafeteria is down here. Thresholds have always been sources of great inspiration and great challenge. When a new threshold manifests in the oldest house by redacted, we never know what new discoveries it will provide to the Bureau. But we must always seize these opportunities. This report will examine the process of distinguishing recent threshold effects based on their utilitarian possibilities. The quarry brought Black Rock, one of our most invaluable discoveries, but if the mold has any scientific value, it has been difficult to find, due to the lengths we must go to in fighting back the particularly prolific plant. These are very distinct cases and worth comparing, as their study offers vastly different dangers and rewards. Refer to file 5-94-1284 for full report. I can't get up there. Maybe I can. This looks like it's been an explosion. far drop. What is this? Answer questions within 2 minutes of listening. Did the song elicit any particular memories? If so, elaborate. Did you at any point feel a strong emotion? If so, what emotion? Did a clear image of a weapon appear at your mind during the song? If so, elaborate. Provide a detailed description of your current surroundings as you see them. Have you ever heard the murmur of voices when no one is present? If so, what did they say? Do you hear them now? Please choose from one of the following pairs. A1 or 2, A or B, day or night, apple or orange, burn out or fade away. Weird. What's this button do? Catchy.
Too painful now. I'm ready to fight, to run from the light. And here now comes the sweet, corrupting reality. While now I'm free, will I once cease to be? Will I awake? Will I get a ride with you in this race of two? We are momentary masters. We're false kings and bastards. Without names we're fantasizing, dancing like plagues, mesmerizing. A dark disquiet playing such eerie harmonies. I'm making waves and diving under, lightning to the sound of thunder. My dark disquiet singing such haunting melodies. We are marionettes by strings animated. With openings we're fantasizing, dancing like flames, mesmerizing. My darkness quiet, playing such eerie harmonies, making waves and diving under, lightning to the sound of thunder. My darkness quiet, singing such haunting melodies. Brothers but not separated, marionettes animated, lovers of strings we believe. Brothers but not separated, marionettes animated, lovers of strings we
I feel like this has to do something with hypnosis. Gauging from the lyrics of the song. Here's the lyrics. The reason why I mentioned that is because it's the chorus. Where is it? Where we stand, and I come to its resin all over me. Will I awake? Will I get a ride with you? Will I awake? In this race of two, we're an endless stream of choices. We're the softest murmur of voices. And the paper... That's 5 minutes long. Holy crap. Where's the paper? Mentions murmur of voices. Like, do you hear voices normally? Without names, we're fantasizing, dancing like flames, mesmerizing my dark I think that says disquiet. Playing such eerie harmonies, making waves and diving under, lightning to the sound of thunder, so reacting to a sound. My dark disquiet, singing such haunting melodies. Voices in your head, being haunted. So white, so still, so bright, it's almost too painful now. Some sort of trauma. I'm ready to fight, to run from the light. Running away from heaven, possibly. And here now comes this sweet corrupting reality, sorry. That's weird. While now I'm free, will I once cease to be? So while you're free from the reality of the world, will you ever actually, will I once cease to be? Will you die? Will I die one day? Will I awake? Will I get a ride with you in this race of two? We are momentary masters. I think that says momentary. We are false kings and bastards. Without names, we're fantasizing. We are marionettes by strings animated. So puppets. Yet like losers of strings liberated. So the puppet strings have been cut, but still are losers. Without names, we're fantasizing. Brothers by blood. Not sure what that says. S-E... Inherited. I'm not sure what that one means. Marionettes animated. Lovers of strings liberated. So something about puppets on a string being controlled by a higher power, moving towards heaven, but deciding that we don't want to cease to exist yet. So we turn around, we run back the other way, we run away from the light. Even though those strings have been cut, we still are feeling trapped and connected to something, is what I think that means. So that was interesting. That was a cool little thing to find. They really went all out with this stuff. Oh no, the safe room. I didn't find the cafeteria, though. Oh, there's another one. What the? He's like in a chair or something. Okay. Did not see that guy. Okay. So I do need to end this stream for a bit because I have to go do something. It's 11:30, so I have to go do something because I have to do this every Sunday at this time. And then we'll return later. I hope you guys enjoyed episode 2. It was a little shorter than the first episode. That's fine. We will be back. Don't worry. In a little bit. See you guys soon.